So hello everybody. Uh, this is Professor Manoj Patel from Electronics and Telecommunication Department, RCPIT Shirpur. Uh, Today we are going to discuss on the subject universal human values. Okay, and in this we will see the topic that is body and I, or you can say self, body and self. So before starting the syllabus, we will see. I would like to tell you what is the vision of the institute. That is to become a leading institute in technical education, fostering innovation, research, ethical values, and sustainable development for betterment of the society. After that, mission of the institute is also mentioned here, which is to impart high quality technical education through innovative and interactive learning process and high quality globally recognized instructional programs and fostering collaborative scientific temper among students with ethical responsibility towards the society. After that, preparing students from diverse backgrounds to have aptitude for employment, entrepreneurship, and research with a spirit of professionalism. And last is to contribute to nation's sustainable development. Next is vision of department. You can see to produce competent electronics and telecommunication engineers with a commitment to serve the society, and mission of the department is also mentioned here. So now let's start with the subject next topic, which is related to body and I. That means which is related to human being. So whenever you are asked what is human being, the obvious answer is it is the combination of body and I. That means self. Okay, and after that you should also ask what are or how these two things, that means body and I, are different. So let us start with this topic. That means, as you can see, the needs of body are physical in nature, whereas the needs of the self are not physical in nature, like trust, respect, happiness, etc. So when I talk about human being, so human being is made up of two things. First is physical body, and second one is I or self, which we also call as mind. So what are the differences between body and I? This is the most important thing that we should know. So in order to differentiate body and I, you need to have uh, or you have to explain what are the needs. So first, needs of body, or the difference between body and I, that the needs of body, as you can see, are physical in nature, okay, and body of and that of self are not physical in nature. As we know, body's needs are food, clothes, and shelter. These are basic needs which are physical in nature. On the other hand, the needs of self are not physical in nature, like values such as trust, respect, happiness, love, peace, truth, like that. And this is one primary distinction that we can make between the difference between or needs of self and I. So moving towards next thing, you can ask one question to yourself, that what about the needs of I, and ask these questions. So when you are asked these questions, that what is your need, or what is the need of I or self or mind, as I have told you, the body's need are physical in nature, whereas the needs of I are not physical in nature, such as happiness. For example, you are taking happiness. So, do you need happiness sometimes or all times? So, the obvious answer will be that I need happiness for continuous time, or it continuously. So, needs of I or self are continuous in nature. This is what is mentioned over here. So next, in order to clear this concept between body and I, or the difference between body and I, we can have this table. You can study that differences between I or self and body. The The first one is you can differentiate on the basis of needs. The needs of I or self are trust, respect, happiness, that means sukh, respect, love, care, and other values you can add on. And after that, the needs of body, as we know, the physical facilities such as food, clothes, and shelter. That means all are suvidha. Second point is uh, the needs of body and eye in times are, first one is needs of eye are continuous in nature, whereas needs of body are temporary in nature. Second, third one is about quantity. So how you can measure them? So or how you can explain them? So needs of eye are qualitative in nature, whereas needs of body are quantitative in nature. That means that are limited in quantity. After that, needs are fulfilled by. That means how the needs of I, such as trust, respect, can be fulfilled. So they can be fulfilled by means of right understanding, right feelings, okay, and also needs of body can be achieved by having food, clothing, shelter, etc. So this is the difference. And what is the basic thing or basic difference between I and body is that I needs sukh or you can say happiness, whereas body needs physical facilities which can be also known as suvidha. So this is the basic difference between body and I. So the needs are trust, respect, and needs of body are food, cloth, and shelter. First one is continuous in nature, others are not continuous in nature. That means needs of a body are not continuous in nature. For example, you can say that if you are thirsty, you can drink water, and then that need goes for some time, okay, or after some time you will again feel hungry, you will eat some food. That means they are recurrent but they are temporary, you can say. So these are the needs of body and eye. So what is, we have already talk about this thing, what is human being and what it is. So as I have already mentioned you, human being is made up of two things such as body and eye, which can be mentioned as human being is, or it is said that it is coexistence of I and the body, and there is exchange of information between the two, exchange of information between I or mind or self and body, which is related together. That means I send message to body and body also responds, and body also sends to message, I also responds. So there is a flow of information from I to body and from body to I. So we can make distinction between self or I and the body in three ways in terms of needs, as we have seen the needs, what are needs of I and body, what are the activities and types of these two entities, that means I and body. So I think you have understood this topic on body and I, and how human being is the coexistence of I and body, in which the mutual information exchange is done. So we will see next topic in our next lecture. Thank you for listening.